Welcome to Trading Lounge and some Australian stocks, the finance sector. We're going to look at CBA, WBC and Suncorp, and starting with WBC on the 2-hour chart and starting from when this market was at $40 here. We successfully countered the 5 waves down and found our low here, and we reversed our positions basically, or started to trade long at this stage, and still currently long through here, and we're looking at a corrective move to the upside in terms of an A wave, a B wave and a C wave into the 50-60% retracement level area here. And so now we're in wave C and we're counting 5 waves in here. Once this is complete here, then we would be looking at wave C to the downside here. Now, the other markets around the world, indices around the world, European and US, have further upside potential. So for us, if this box here became the support rather than the resistance, then we would be looking at higher ground taking the top out. But as it stands, there's a reasonably clear 5-wave structure to the downside here, being an impulse wave. And that being the case, that means 5 waves down here would bring another 5 waves over here once the rally has been completed here. So that's what we're looking at. So I'm mindful and flexible about looking further to the upside, but we would need to get support in this area rather than having it as resistance. And I also understand that the market would react there anyway and struggle there, so we need to decipher what that struggle is as such. Just to have a look at this on a more detailed level in this particular rally here. This is how we're sort of viewing it so far. So 5 waves up here for wave A, and in a bullish market that would be wave 1. And this wave B's been a little bit tricky, but I've kind of done my best to line it up with CBA as well, in terms of an A wave here, an A, B and C for the B wave here, and down for the C wave here of B. And now we're working 5 waves from that B wave to the upside here. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then a little bit of a skip in here, but basically wave 1 and 2 here. Nice strong 3rd wave in through here for wave 3, 4 and 5, and then blue wave 4 here, and we're looking for blue wave 5 up through to here. Wave 5 up here should be roughly the same length as wave 1 here. Now the CBA has a slightly different count here. It's the same all the way up until this little until this section here, and we can look at those. So this big box is the 61.50 and the 61.8 retracement level there. So 35 is the next level as well. So we've got 31, 32 and 33, which are group 1, and we found support on group 1, so that sets the target for the next number from 3 to 5. So we can expect a correction across here. In terms of the CBA situation in the big count here on the 2-hour chart, we're looking at also 5 waves down and looking for the 50-60% retracement level, which will be at the 90 area here. So I'll just bring that over here a little bit, and looking slightly different wave A, quite a strong wave A here, and then the wave B here, which is a little bit clearer here in this market rather than WBC. So an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, and now we're working 5 waves up through here. So if we go into the 5, we'll go to the 15-minute chart here, and we'll work this count up here, so you've got a bit of an idea from that wave B here. And wave B is just down the bottom here. So wave 1 here is quite clear, wave 2 is good, wave 1 here, And I'm just forgetting about these spikes here. So wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. I mean, that can also be looked at as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave if you want to include that in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for wave 3 here. A, B, C for wave 4, and we're coming up for wave 5. Now, in WBC, we'd already completed wave 3 and wave 4 here, and we're going up for wave 5, but in this case here, we're just going up into wave 5 here of 3 here. So this wave 4 will pull back to this wave 4 here of 1 lesser degree, and then we'll move up to 90 at that stage. So even though we're going through a series of waves 4s and 5s at the moment, it won't look powerful, but it will creep up and, look a bit doggy going up there. So that's no change in this original sort of count and target and so forth. But now I wanted to point out this particular market here, SUN, S-U-N, Suncorp, on a weekly, part of the financial sector, of course. Now, this is a very clear wave count. So in this regard, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for primary wave 1, primary wave 2, intermediate 1, intermediate 2. There's 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for intermediate wave 3, intermediate wave 4, pulling back to intermediate wave 4, 1 lesser degree, then 5 for primary wave 3, back for wave 4, definitely corrective, and definitely the move up through here. So we're trading long in this now. And if we're looking for a target, then because wave 3's got the extension in it, then that makes wave 1 and wave 5 here roughly the same length. So that brings us up to around $18. So the levels here that we need to navigate course are 15 here, which is a medium level, and we can just pop those in there, I guess. So 15 here and 1650 in here, well, close enough. And of course the minor trading level 18 here, then the big kahuna major trading level 20 here. So they're basically the steps that we need to take. So I mean, getting back to the reason why I'm showing you this chart for is because those moves down in the banks that we've just seen, they also could be primary wave 4s as well, just in one hit, not without those current lows. So CBA on 80 and WBC around the $31 mark, even though they look sharp to the downside, we may be lifted by this situation here. So yeah, anyway, this is very clear. This pattern here is corrective. Yes, I suppose on the downside, this could get it could become more corrective. So we could come up here as an ABC up here, then come back down here for a wave C or something, and then move up through there. That's possible through here, no doubt. Things can get ugly, as we know, but as it stands, that wave 4 low should stay in play, and this is definitely a corrective pattern here, and it certainly fits in nicely in terms of the count for a move higher here. All right, cheers.